So most of you folks have no idea about this, but today is my birthday. And this morning I got a special treat. It is... what the hell is it?
Dutch baby.
Oh yes, it's a Dutch baby. And made by the one and only Mrs. Remillard. Yes, she is awesome. And so we're going to sit down and have some breakfast. A birthday breakfast for me. I, for one, love my birthday. I think that having the opportunity to wake up 1 year older is a blessing rather than a curse. And unfortunately, you know, I might be alone in this one. But anyways, we're going to have some breakfast.
And don't be afraid. The brighter days are on their way. Brighter days are on their way. Forever's how long they'll stay.
We got rid of Duke. That's right. We're done. That escapade we had with him was just, it was just brutal to the point where I'm done. I was so done with it. It was just a complete and utter disaster for us. So we are done with Duke. We're not going to be messing with Duke anymore. So he is gone, new home, and we have big plans for next winter. So big plans as far as plowing is concerned. So you guys will just have to stay tuned for that one. Boy, is it an absolutely beautiful day today. The sun is shining, the temperatures are not too bad, everything is starting to melt, but unfortunately that is simply just as the mountain climbers would say, a false summit, because from the way I understand it, we are headed into some snow here in a few days. So there's a few things we're still trying to work on. Number one is getting this thing, one of these panels out of here. Now I did get a panel out a couple days ago, and we did finish the 2 windows in the cabin. I'll show you pictures of those right here. What we ended up doing is using the panels. I only had 8 of them, so it was enough to finish this window here in the living room, and then this window here in the kitchen. So those are all done. We've got our curtain rods back up, and we love them. Now we've got to try to get the rest of these panels out so I can finish the other windows. But from the looks of it, not moving. So I'm gonna work on this a little bit, see if I can't break some of this ice up down here, and then yeah, give it another go. So it's a no-go right now. We're still frozen, but I've got a trick I'm gonna try. Now, it worked on a few other things that we've done in the past when things were stuck in the ice, so I gotta go get something. We're gonna give this a shot. Okay, so I got what I needed. The problem with this trick is that if it doesn't work, it might actually make things a little worse. Hot water from the stove. Let's see what it does. Now, I don't care that the boards are getting wet. These boards have been out in the elements for decades. So, alright. They're not really moving any much better than they were before. They're cracking when I pull on them. But... So I'm going to work on this a little bit more and see if I can't get this freed up. I think I'm headed in the right direction, but I don't know. We'll see though here. We'll give it a shot. Okay, I think I'm making progress. I've been shaking it, and I do have it coming out more. And it is going side to side, which is good. Oh my gosh, I got it. Oh, I got one side. Oh Lord. Oh, this is awesome. Oh my goodness. Look at this. Look at this. I can get this. Oh, I got them all. And they're not damaged. Oh, dude, this is so cool. Oh my gosh. Holy smokes. I gotta get this out of here. Oh my goodness. Wow. I think the backside was frozen to the panel next to it. Look at this. So you can tell that is some solid ice that's still on those boards. And you can see it here as well. So yeah, that's exciting. Okay, so oh, and this is cool. I never noticed this before, but look at this one. That one looks like it was burned at some point. So I want to make sure that that looks good, so I've got to be careful where I put it. All right, well, this is really awesome. So what do I got to do now? Well, next step is I got to let this stuff dry. So we're gonna go set this up on some horses I have set up over by the cabin. And with the sun out today, hopefully it'll dry off. Okay, so now that these are all laid out to dry, we've got all the nails out of them, and I'm going to probably let them sit here overnight. We've got a nice breeze, we've got the sun, we've got the temperatures that are higher. So I'm thinking maybe by tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon, these things will be nice and dry and we'll be able to go ahead and start getting them installed on our window trim. So I was just walking next to this cabin and the snow on the roof gave way. If I was 10 seconds later than I was, that would have fallen right on my head. We've got another section right here, and you know, that brings up a good point about you know, some of the things that we have to worry about out here, especially, you know, during the winter and as the temperatures rise. You know, we've got mud, we've got ice, we also have falling snow off the roofs, and that could be a big problem. You know, I mean, if that thing would have hit me, holy smokes, I don't know what that would have done, but I know it wouldn't have been pretty for me, that's for sure. Now most of the buildings we have, the snow has come off. This one over here, the shop, that still has a little bit of snow on it, and our woodshed has snow on it, and that thing is dangerous. Let's go take a look at that. I'll show you what I mean. So the roof of the woodshed has received some significant damage to it because of the amount of ice and snow that's up on the roof right now. So much so that we're going to have to seriously address this issue this summer. Yesterday I was over here and I busted some of the ice down off of it, but as you can see, it is still really significant. Come on, Whitco. You can see here that bow and in between some of these rafters. It's not as bad as it was, but it is still really bad. This one here is terrible as well. Now this structure is built out of the steel and it's not going to collapse. However, the roof, when we first moved here, and there's no secret here, I've had no construction skills whatsoever before I came out here. When we built this, and I'll leave the link to the video down below, but when we built this, you know, we used these logs here as our rafters, and unfortunately I didn't realize spacing was an issue, but it is a significant issue, as a matter of fact. And as you can see, there is significant gaps in between these rafters. So what we're going to have to do is come out here. We'll probably end up ripping the whole roof off and building the roof out of 2x6s and a better purling. So yeah, 2 seasons and this roof is done, just done. But you know, it was a fun build for Jen and I. It was the first build that we had done out here that was any significance, and so we figured, what the hell, we're gonna give it a shot. Yeah, and well, trying to see how that went. So all right, so the next thing we're working on right now is we are excavating channels with a snow melt. We want the water to go out to the woods, so the best way to do that is just to make these little channels and channel the water out. This is not a problem we plan on having every winter. It is a problem that we've had to address last winter and this winter, but we do plan to put some French drains around the house, and so you know, once we get those in the ground and installed and working ready and working right, then I'm not going to have to be doing this, because the idea would be that any of this water would just flow into the French drain and then flow out into the woods. So, but you know, until then, I've got to make some channels.